Morning, Flag Church. How are we doing this morning? Doing all right? Doing all right? Hopefully, didn't get too wet on the way in. A couple things coming up I'm excited about. Got a new men's life group launching this Wednesday. I'm excited about that. We got worship night tonight. That's going to be powerful. And we got 21 days of fasting. Looking forward to that. Life group people connecting right after service today. That's going to be good. Good stuff going on. Before we get to the message this morning, though, we're not going to take the offering. We're going to talk about the offering, though. We do this each year. And we're in a series talking about resources and finances. So before we go to the message, which is giving is good, talking about giving, I want to walk you through how Flag handles money. How we handle money. Before you hear the preacher tell you that you need to be honoring God with your finances, how do we know you're doing it right? Well, we're just going to tell you how we handle the money then. So straight up, we do this every year. It happens how many of you think you could actually walk someone else, so you could tell someone else how to go through how we handle the money? Nancy? Others that have been coming? Absolutely. We do this every year. You've heard it 6, 7 years in a row. Totally got that. But if people give, you're right. It's clickers. We're getting used to new clickers. The people give in the mail, there's some mail giving that come in. We take that, we put it on the board clipboard for the board to take care of. And they're the ones that open that. It's pretty obvious when that comes in. It's not like we have to open that and find out what it says. We know what those are. If someone gives online, and then we'll put it on the board clipboard. There's the board clipboard. If they give online, see if I have a picture on that? Yeah. If they give online, it goes right into our database. Our database is called Touchpoint, so it's all in the cloud. The only people that have access to that information are those that are on the board and our bookkeeper, Alan, that have financial privileges in the database. So they're the only ones that can see that. So if it goes online, it goes directly into the database. When we receive the offering on Sunday, 2 people take it out of here. Never 1, but 2. And they take it right back to my office where the safe is. And that's where the safe is. Ooh, this thing has a laser pointer, but I don't know how to use it. Let me see. No, I'm kidding. And that's the safe. And that spot right there is where my knee hits it on a regular basis. Because it's directly under my desk. I don't know the combination of the safe. The only people that do know that are the board. And so that's where it goes. And when they count it, they usually count every other week. And they count today during third service. And there's always at least 2 board members counting, never 1. Usually there's 3 or 4. That's actually an older picture when Mickey was on the board. But that's my office. See all the cool Ohio State stuff in the background? But that's my office. That's where they sit and they count, and they put all the information in. So who knows what I give? Only the board will know. If it's online, Alan might know, because Alan's putting information in. So it's entered into the church database, Touchpoint. Giving reports are printed out of that church database. You should have received your giving report. Connor got his in the mail just yesterday, I think it was. There's a letter in there for me. I print the letter, sign the letter. I actually signed all 400 of them this year. I didn't have staff help. I signed all 400. I sign them. We get them folded, and the board puts those in the giving envelopes. So the board is the only one that knows what goes on there. And so once the deposit is made, once the money is counted and the deposit is made, one person takes it to the bank for us. And we bank at Community National over by the Ron's IGA. And one person takes it. Why only one? Because we already know exactly how much it would be because we know what the deposit is. And that's an actual deposit report from last Sunday, or 2 Sundays ago. So you can stare at it. That's exactly what it was. Some more money came in for the Christmas offering. And we actually ended up at $23,000 with the Christmas offering, which was awesome, yeah. Some good stuff happening there. Alan, our bookkeeper, would take that information and he would put it into QuickBooks, and he's usually sitting right out there in the Welcome Center during the week doing that. He throws that into QuickBooks for us. When bills come in, we take the bills, and any requests for finances, they go into a folder called Accounts Payable. And Alan pulls everything out of that folder and prints checks up. He usually cuts checks on Friday, sometimes Thursday, but usually Friday afternoon. And the clipboard's also, there's the clipboard. It's a little bit older picture of it. But the clipboard's also going to have paperwork on there saying, hey, why do we want to check written copy products? Why do we want to check written to Westar? Why do we want to check written to the bug guy that comes in and is the exterminator on this place? It takes 2 signatures to sign a check in our church. Those signatures are the board. We have 5 board members. The board members do not sign any reimbursement check they get. Example, say they buy the lunch for the board meeting and they're getting reimbursed. They're not allowed to sign their own checks on that. And then on Monday, our administrative assistant, Travis Brigette, comes in, clears off the clipboard, files the paperwork, and mails the checks out. And that's how we handle the finances at Flag Church. So I want to be totally open and transparent on that. In this series, we've been talking about, let's keep going there, making change. So let's read the 4 things we've been talking about. Ready? Here we go. Less is more, stress is bad, giving is good, tomorrow night. Stress is bad. That may have been a problem last Sunday evening watching the Chiefs game. Can I get a witness in the house? Or the Baptist Cowboys said it could have been a problem. So the first week we talked about how less is more. We looked at a couple of really good scriptures about that possessions don't make up our life. Then we talked about what we need to do. Cut back, clear out, pay off. And part of the clear out, I've got 25 new books in the Welcome Center. I should say that weren't out there last week. That I am clearing out. Feel free to take whatever you might want, especially if you want to give one away to somebody. And the question we challenged ourselves with was this: am I mostly chasing what matters most? And last week, some of you weren't able to be here or otherwise, we talked about how stress is bad. And we talked about how the three prayers that we want to make sure we get in our heart. God, give me self-control. Because it's like a city whose walls are broken down is a man who lacks self-control, Proverbs says. God, give me understanding. Hosea said, my people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. You need financial knowledge. We spend so much time trying to get money. We need to know how to handle it or it's going to handle us. And then God, give me a plan, because the plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. But today, we're talking about how giving is good. And there's a quote of Jesus. It's kind of unique. This quote is not in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. I don't know if he said it so often they thought it wasn't worth writing it down. But Paul quotes it in the book of Acts. Luke wrote Acts, but Luke is quoting what Paul said. And Paul's quoting Jesus, who said this: it's more blessed to give than receive. It's more blessed to give than receive. So before we talk about why we should give and not just receive, what does it really mean to be blessed? Come on, you see the post, hashtag blessed, and they only put that when they're on a cruise, when they're in the Bahamas, or when they just got something brand new, or in a brand new car. What does it actually mean to be blessed? One translation of the New Testament has 112 references to blessed, blessed, and blessing. You know how many of them have to do with material prosperity? 0. Not one. Not one has to do with stuff. The Greek word actually means to be fully satisfied. You know, think Thanksgiving afternoon. Fully satisfied. It refers to receiving God's favor regardless of what your circumstances are. You can be blessed and not have good circumstances. So to put that in a nutshell, being blessed is the favor of God that regardless of circumstances has you fully satisfied. Are you blessed? I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed. Pastor's talking about money today. He said he wants to be blessed. I want to be blessed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I want to be totally, fully blessed. I want the favor of God on me that regardless of my circumstances, including financial circumstances, I am still fully satisfied with what God is doing in my life. I want to be blessed. Who would want to go around and say, I want to be cursed. I want to be cursed. I want to have discontent, hardship, and dissatisfaction with my life and circumstances. No one says that, but many are walking around cursed. They're walking around more worried about receiving than giving, and they're walking around with dissatisfaction with their life and circumstances, and their life and their circumstances are twice as good as yours, or more. You see, we love the feeling we get when we give. We never hear people talk about the feeling when they get. Can you imagine having this conversation with somebody? Oh, it was 5 years ago, but I remember it like it was today. We got our first flat screen TV. Oh. I remember realizing I can now put my TV on the wall. Oh, I felt so valued. Hashtag blessed. We don't say that about when we get stuff. Oh, when I got my first new car. Oh my. Angels were with me at the dealership picking it out. I know that God was just guiding me and directing me to this car. Hashtag blessed. 5 years later, how do you feel about those things? How do you feel about that flat screen TV? Now that someone has a bigger one than you, and it might be your kid. Now I have heard emotional stories about people in their giving. Sacrificial giving that years later they still feel hashtag blessed. A couple years ago we got a $500 gift card, Sarah and I did, as being part of some ministers group. This gift card was unexpected and unearned. It was just a very generous church that wanted to pour in to some local pastors that were in a smaller town setting. Our immediate thought was, this isn't for us. We can't keep this. It's not for us. And we waited about 2 weeks and we had an opportunity to realize we know who we want to give it to. You know how I still feel about that $500 gift card? Blessed. Now if you walk up to me and hand me a $500 bill, one, I don't think you printed it on your computer this morning. But two, I got 10 places I can put it, no doubt about it. But I still feel blessed giving away that $500 gift card. I feel more blessed about raising $6,000 on my 50th birthday than any birthday present I ever could have received. Blessed. We gave a car away probably about 10 years ago now to a Pitt State College student. And when we would see that person because they moved away, we'd go, "Hey, it's good to see you. How's the car?" Our heart was still attached to what we gave. Because where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. How do you feel about cars you've sold to people? I know how I feel. I don't want to see them. Oh, crap, it's probably broke down. But the car we gave away, I was actually sad when I found out she finally had to get rid of it because it finally died. Because my heart was still attached to it. It is more blessed to give than receive. And if it is more blessed to give than receive, why don't we do it more? Why don't we do it more? I want to break that down a little bit for you. Go ahead and pull your bulletins out. If you didn't get one when you came in, ushers, thanks for being patient. Lift your hand up, congregation, if you need a bulletin. They'll get one to you. Why don't we give like we should if it is more blessed to give than receive? Number one, measure. Measure. We think the amount that we're going to give is too meager to be worth it. Sometimes we don't give like we should because the measure of what we think we have to give. Our heart's good, but the finances aren't a lot, so we think we don't have much, so we think we shouldn't bother. But generosity isn't based on the amount you give. Generosity is based on how much you give, based on what you have. When Jesus looked in the offering and saw a widow put 2 pennies in, now think about it, Jesus looked right into the offering. I don't know what you give, but Jesus sure does. And he knows what you don't give. Jesus looked right in the offering. Hey, these 2 pennies this old widow woman gave us more than all you rich people. Generosity. Generosity. And every one of us is able to be generous, whether you feel like it or not. I'm on a fixed income. I get $600 a month. Then giving $3 in a special offering might be generous for you. Don't compare your generosity to what someone else gives. There's no win in comparison. There's only pretty much sin in comparison when you think about it. You will be made rich in every way. Do not walk out here saying, "Pastor Mark said you can go buy a brand new car," unless it's a Mini Cooper and you're gifting it to me. You'll be made rich in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion. What are we called to be? Generous. Generous. Another reason we don't give like we should sometimes is the message. The message. We've seen the message of giving abused. We've seen people manipulate other people. You need to give today. You need to give $100 to my ministry. You need to sow that seed so you can be blessed, brother. My hair is real. It is not a toupee. We've seen the message abused. And maybe we even know people who've been taken in by that. Yeah, that might be a reason we don't give sometimes. Another reason we don't give like we should sometimes is our mindset. We have a scarcity complex. Some people call it a poverty mindset. But if I give, I'll have less. Then there won't be enough for me. Can I give you a clue? You're always going to feel that way if you're not careful. You're never going to have so much that you're going to feel that if you give, you don't want more. Because your appetite's only going to say one thing, more. And it won't say please. It'll say more. You will always feel that way if you give in to that mindset. See, when you give, you're always a blessing, and you're always blessed. Don't let the measure of what you can give determine whether you're going to be generous. Don't let the message that you've heard people manipulate determine whether you're going to be someone who's a giver. And don't let a scarcity mindset make or move you from generosity. Proverbs says this. I love this passage. One man gives freely and gains even more, but another withholds unduly but comes to poverty. A generous man will prosper, and he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. Let me share that with you in the message. The world of the generous gets larger and larger. The world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. And the one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. It did not say the one who gives money will have a ton more money. Remember what blessing is. Remember what blessing is. And those who help others are helped. I want to be blessed. According to the way the scripture says it, I want to be blessed. I want the favor of God on me, that regardless of my circumstances, I can walk around with contentment. Are you blessed? Are you blessed? Before you answer, yeah, my bills are paid, my house is good, I got my health. Does that mean that if you don't have those things, you're not blessed? I know you don't think that. But we might feel that. I want to share with you 3 truths for the rest of the message today in Scripture about generosity and giving. First step is to make sure that we recognize our position as a manager. We're the manager. God owns everything, friends. He made it. He sustains it. Genesis 1:1 reminds us, in the beginning God, not in the beginning you. In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. He owns it. He made it. He sustains it. And we were created to manage what God owns. We see that also in Genesis 1. God blessed them. He said to them, be fruitful, increase in number, fill the earth, subdue it, rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Creation care. That's creation care right there. We're called to manage what God owns. And there's never been a moment in your life that you took anything that was in your control and gave it to someone that you didn't first receive. There's nothing you've ever given. But I work hard for that. Who gave you the ability to work? And who has the power and the authority to remove your ability to work? He does. And you know some people who no longer have the ability to work, and it's killing them inside. You have the ability to work. But I went to college. I studied really hard. You know some people that are higher quality people than you ever hoped to be, but don't have the intellect to go to college. And you do. How'd you get that? Did you earn that intellect? No, it was given to you. We've never given anything that we did not first receive. And God calls you into a voluntary partnership with Him to give back. Is it possible that your blessing is being blocked because you're acting as an owner instead of a manager? We're not called to own these things. We're to manage them. And if we're managing them, and they're all His, then we definitely need to trust God with His tithe. Trust God with the tithe. Tithe, 1/10. A tenth of our income. If I get $100, the first $10 is not mine. God says it's His. It's blatantly His. It is not mine. If you get $100, you might think, I got $100. No. God has given me $100 to manage, and the first $10 is His. The Scripture is very plain on this. A tithe, a tenth of everything from the land, whether grain or soil or fruit, doesn't matter what it is, it belongs to the Lord. It's holy to Him. Other scriptures even are very plain. If you're not giving God back His tithe, you are robbing God. A tithe, 1/10 of our income, belongs to God. It's His. It's His. And it belongs in the local church when you give it, where your spiritual nourishment takes place. We see this in Malachi chapter 3. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse. There may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty. And if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that you will not have room enough for it. So I can catch some of you right now, no doubt, especially if you're just checking things out or you're not a follower of Christ. Or you're just someone that believes in Jesus, but basically He's just part of what happens in your life. He is not your life. You're going, hold on, I've been listening to all these series, so you're telling me I'm supposed to get out of debt, and then I'm supposed to honor God with 10% of my income? Are you crazy? To do that, I would have to totally rearrange my entire life around God. Yeah, that's the idea. That's exactly the idea. No apologies. Not stepping back from it. It's exactly what it is. And that's a hard sell. Because you know what you like about your life? That it's yours. You know why? Because He's given you the sovereignty to do whatever in the world you think and want to do. And you can go tell Him to go fly a kite if you want to. You can say, Jesus, I'll give you everything, but don't touch my money. Quit singing. Christians don't tell lies, they sing lies. Don't sing it. Don't tell them you're going to give everything. You can't touch the wallet. Nope, sorry, Jesus. God's first. Period. I give my life to Jesus. He wants everything. He wants your past, He wants your present, He wants your future. He wants your hopes, He wants your goals, He wants your dreams. He doesn't want your 10%. He wants every stinking penny you've ever made and ever will to be under His control. There's not a single inch on this planet that He does not say, mine. Mine is all His. All His. Please don't come up yet, guys. Totally not ready. All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thought you were freaking me out there. See, when you and your money part, it exposes the location of your heart. Did you know that? Because Jesus said where your treasure is, that's where your heart's going to be. So, is the preacher going to put his money where his mouth is? For 30 years, I gave my life to Christ in 85. For 30 years, 1/10 of my gross income has been given back through the local church or as a minister through the denomination. I have tithed for 30 years. It didn't start that way. When I first found out I'm supposed to give, they passed that dumb offering plate by, I looked at it and go, oh, no way. No, there you go, they want this. Keep passing that. That's what I did with it. Then finally I thought, I probably ought to give something. What's the smallest bill I got? Good, a 1. That's usually what it would have been back in that day. I was 18 or 19 years old. There's a 1. Eventually I started giving a 5. Then I realized I was supposed to tithe 10%. Not hard to figure when I was 18, 19 what my income was. So, okay, I'll go down to the Christian bookstore. They had those back then in the 80s. I go down to the Christian bookstore. I buy Christian albums. Crazy, huh? Albums, like circle things that go around and around and around. I buy those and some Christian t-shirts that now I'd be embarrassed to have my picture seen in because of how cheesy they probably were. And so I buy God stuff with my tithe. And I finally realized scripturally, that's not helping God's kingdom. That's not investing where I'm getting my spiritual nourishment, not at all. I have no regrets at all, ever, for anything I've ever given to God's kingdom, regardless of the measure I was able to give, regardless of the message of the person who was receiving the offering or the integrity of that person. I have no regrets whatsoever. And I have gotten away and flat out kicked to the curb a scarcity or poverty mindset that I easily could have stayed in. See, giving is the antidote to greed. It's the total antidote. Now, some of them may say, especially if you know your Bible, well, that's just the Old Testament, Pastor. We're under New Testament grace. Super, give more. Wonderful, you're under grace. Shouldn't you give even more? But Jesus actually addressed it. He addressed it. He was chewing out the leaders, and he said this, "Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites." Publicly, that's probably one of the harshest words you can say to somebody. He said, "You give a tenth, a tithe, of your spices, mint, dill, and cumin." Hope I'm enough for that, right? "But you've neglected the more important matters of the law, justice, mercy, faithfulness. You should have practiced the latter without neglecting the former." So what's he doing when he says this? Justice, mercy, faithfulness, those are huge things, right? What's he saying? Come on, you legalistic people that are so religious, you tithe down to the smallest things. Your spices, you tithe on. Mint, dill, cumin, you tithe on that. Yeah, you should. You should give God 10% of all your increase. But don't do it. Don't think that because you do that, you can't be someone who practices justice, mercy, and faithfulness. Now, God doesn't ask us to do something without telling us how to do it. There's a great layout here in 1 Corinthians 16 about the collection for God's people. Do what I told the Galatian churches to do. On the first day of the week, each one of you should set aside a sum of money in keeping with his income, saving it up, so that when I come, no collections have to be made. So let's break this down. How should we actually go about giving? One, our giving should be regular. It should be regular. It shouldn't be once a year. It should be regular. How often do you get paid? As a waiter, I got paid every night in tips. Maybe you get paid once a week. Maybe you get paid once a month. Maybe you get a ridiculously small salary and you get commission checks every quarter. However that works, man. First day of the week, wherever you're worshiping. Tithing is not charity. Tithing is not giving to the goodwill. Giving to the goodwill, that's good stuff. But giving to charity is not tithing. My giving should be regular. My giving should be planned. Set aside a sum of money. Set it aside. It should be systematic, not spasmodic. And our giving should be proportional. Scripture says in keeping with his income. How much should you give? I don't know. You give based on what you make, and I don't know what you make. I've shared with you how since my wife stepped out of nursing, our income has gone down. We tithe less. We've decided that we're not going to cut back our missions giving. We continue to give the same missions, but we tithe less because it's 10% of income. And our income was here, and now it's here. So instead of giving 10% out here, we give 10% out here. If all of a sudden you're unemployed, you don't tithe on your other income. You tithe on your unemployment. Whatever my increase is, that's what I'm going to honor God with. And if you'll test God, he will prove himself faithful. I guarantee it. I am placing my heart's location when I put God first. I am using money and not loving money. And Jesus said you can have both. You can have God, you can have money, but you can't love both. Nobody can. If you try loving money, you will end up hating God. We'll talk about a passage on that next week. So if you tithe, and many of you do, you get this. I know you do. But if you don't, you're asking questions like, does the church really need my money? First off, poorly phrased question. But it indicates something. It's not your money. You're still owning it, aren't you? It's not yours, it's his. It's all his. All 100% is his. And he's asking for 10% back. But does the church really need it? Let's be blatant. No, it doesn't. The church does not need your money, and it will never need your money. God will supply for the local church. No matter what history time zone we are in, no matter what geographic location we are in, God will take care of his church. The gates of hell can rise up against the church, and God's church will prevail. I don't know if there's going to be a United States of America in 300 years, if Jesus tarries, but there will be a church. The church will exist. The church will be just fine without your money. The question is, do I need to honor God financially according to his standards, or should I just let him pick from the crumbs whatever's left over after I do what I want with my money? Give God your first and best. Trust him with the rest. Hashtag blessed. That's where you want to be. I've been there for 30 years. I won't go back for anything. Give God your first and best and trust him with the rest. Or leave God the crumbs from your leftovers and then beg him for more so you can make ends meet. Hashtag me first. Hashtag God help! Exclamation point. Man, Pastor, let's get a little forceful there. It was. It was. And I'm coming from God's word on it. I'm not coming because I want your money or I need your money or the church is hurting financially. This message has been on the calendar for a long time. This church is going to do just fine. Will you? If you don't honor God with what he's given you. But that's a scary step. It's not scary for me anymore because that's what I've been doing. But it might be scary for you to step into that. So I want to show you what's going to be in the bulletin next week. And how we will guarantee it as a church. Literally. Physically, financially, guarantee it. So this card is going to be in the bulletin next week. Why am I telling you now? Because I don't want you to be shocked by it next week. And if you decide, well, I'm not going to come next week, you've got free reign to do so. I'm not trying to emotionally manipulate you to do any stinking thing, especially financially. Don't give under pressure, ever. Don't give under pressure. But from the scriptures, you need to make a disciplined, committed, discipled decision that you're going to honor God with the tithe. So this will be in the bulletin next week. We'll challenge you to give to missions per week, per month, or you can choose not to give. We'll ask everyone to fill these cards out and drop them in the offering next week. There's no names on the cards. It's anonymous. It's anonymous. But it's either that or I could call you down on the altar. Hey, if you need a tithe, I'm not going to do that. It's embarrassing. Don't want to do that to you. But we'll talk about the scripture. And here's what it is right here. If after 90 days of tithing you don't feel that God has been faithful to bless your life as a result of your obedience, Flag Church will refund 100% of your recorded giving. Guaranteed. You just come to us privately. You don't have to stand up on a Sunday, "Excuse me, Pastor! Privately. That's going to be recorded. You can't come up and say, "Hey, I've been giving $1,000 a week in cash. I need to know that." It's got to be recorded. It means your name's on it. We've had one request since we've been doing this like 5 or 6 years. The board looked at it and chose not to refund your tithe. We gave her back double. We gave her back double. Yeah. That person still attends and serves. What are we trying to do? Take away any scary step you have. You say, "Well, I just can't do what God wants me to do. I just can't do it." For 90 days you can. The choice is whether you will, not whether you can. Not whether you can. Last point, here we go. Last thing we need to do, plan your generosity. Plan your generosity. How can I rearrange my life around? It's more blessed to give than receive. We rearrange our life like crazy around, how can I get more? How can I get more? I'm gonna put applications in for a few more jobs and see if I can get another $1.50 an hour. How can I get more? I'm gonna market better so I can get more. I'm gonna go back to school so I can get more. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, what if we started planning or scheduling our life around how we could give more? How we could make decisions that we could give more? If it really is more blessed to give than receive, or if that's just in our mind and in our heart, but not in our pocketbook. Isaiah says this, "Generous people plan to do what is generous, and they stand firm in their generosity." That's exactly what we did as a church with our Christmas offering. Because generosity is never accidental. It is always intentional. That's what my family chose to do with our Christmas offering. And I don't know if you happened to be driving by the church for the 30 minutes this was out there. Oops, hey! Oh, fool, I forgot to put the picture in there. We actually had with the digital sign, the actual LED part was on a truck and it came out and just kind of parked where we're going to put it so we can run some tests and everything. But yeah, the digital sign, it looks awesome. It's going to be great. It was shiny. Of course, it was an overcast day, so that made it look even better. So stand with me if you would. But we want to plan our generosity. Because Jesus was pretty plain, thank you, when he said, "It's more blessed to give than receive." And allow me to quote missionary Jim Elliot, who gave his life in the 50s in Ecuador. It's not only more blessed to give than receive, but he is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he can never lose. Again, he is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he can never lose. Father, we bless you right now. In the name of Christ, we bow our heads and our hearts, and we bless you. And for many of us, this is the deepest decision we'll ever make. Believing that you were raised from the dead and we get our sins forgiven, that was easy compared to this. Because this one cuts to our heart more than anything else we have other than maybe our kids. but you asked for it. Please take us to the spot where we will be willing to tell you yes.